I was skeptical about this one. I mean, I've tried a bunch of portable power stations over the years and most of them either weigh a ton or can't keep up with a fridge for more than a few hours. But then I got my hands on the Anker SOLIX S2000 and honestly, it flipped my expectations. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, this thing is small for what it does. I'm used to these 2000WH units being the size of a carry-on suitcase, but the S2000 is actually manageable. It's got a nice handle on top and it rolls like a suitcase, so moving it from the garage to the living room isn't a two-person job. I set it up in my hallway during a blackout last month and it barely took up floor space, something I didn't think was possible with this much capacity. Now, the fridge backup claim really impressed me. I plugged in my 18 cubic foot fridge that usually pulls about 60 watts on average. With the door closed and the compressor cycling normally, the S2000 ran it for 32 hours straight before the battery dipped below 20%. That's not some lab number, it's real-world use while I was asleep and then working from home the next day. If you live somewhere with frequent outages or just want peace of mind during storm season, that runtime is a game saver. I also like that it can recharge 6 different ways. I've got the optional 200W folding panel, so on a clear day I can top it up while I'm camping. But if the sun isn't cooperating, I can plug it into a regular wall outlet and it'll go from empty to full in about 3 hours. There's even a car outlet option if I'm on the road and need to pull power from my truck battery without draining it. That flexibility means I'm never stuck waiting for a recharge method that isn't available. The outlet layout is smart too. On the back you get 2 standard AC outlets, one 30-amp RV plug, 2 USB-C ports, and 2 USB-A ports. Up front there's another AC outlet plus 2 more USB-C ports and a wireless charging pad. I ended up plugging in my laptop, phone, mini fan, and a string of LED lights all at once without any issues. If you've ever fought for an open outlet during a blackout, you'll appreciate how many options this gives you. Another detail that stood out is the battery chemistry. It's an LFP pack, which means it's got a 10,000 cycle life. I've had cheaper power stations that lost capacity after just a couple hundred cycles, so the idea of getting a decade of use out of this one feels realistic. Plus, LFP is safer, no risk of thermal runaway if you accidentally leave it in the sun or near a heat source. I also tested it with a CPAP machine overnight. The S2000 has a low-power mode that keeps the display off and only kicks in when the machine needs a breath, so the whole night used less than 10% of the battery. That kind of efficiency means you're not constantly monitoring the screen or worrying about swapping batteries halfway through your sleep study. One thing to keep in mind is the weight. At 48 pounds it's lighter than most 2 kilowatt-hour units, but it's still not something you'll want to carry up a flight of stairs every day. If you plan to move it often, having a second person or a hand truck helps. Also, the fan noise is noticeable when it's under heavy load, so if you're trying to sleep next to it in a small tent you might want to position it a few feet away. All in all, the Anker SOLIX S2000 does exactly what it promises without any gimmicks. It keeps the fridge running through the night, powers essentials during an outage, and recharges in whatever way works for your situation. If you've been on the fence about a large portable power station, this one's worth the investment. You can find the current price and any optional solar panels down below.